Hanoi Confectionery Joint Stock Company has been crafting sweets since 1964, evolving from a state-run enterprise to a respected joint stock company after its IPO in 2004. With over 5 decades of heritage, it's now one of the capital's most trusted food brands. The company specializes in 3 main product lines: traditional Vietnamese confectionery, chocolate and cocoa-based treats, and ready-to-eat convenience foods. They operate across both B2B and B2C models, supplying households, hotels, schools, and corporate clients. In a competitive market, Hanoi Confectionery is carving out space by staying rooted in tradition, innovating steadily, and delivering reliable, high-quality products that generations continue to enjoy. Vietnam's mooncake market is big, but it's seasonal. Hanoi holds strong in the north, especially with older consumers, but faces stiff competition from giants like Kin Do and Vibica. Southern expansion is tough. Nearly 70% of revenue comes during festive seasons. Prices run 10 to 20% above market, justified by loyal demand. Even its young packaging reflects deep cultural roots. Its customer base is tight, loyal Hanoi families, big institutional buyers, and walk-ins. Hanoi operates a 4-channel distribution network. Around 70% of that comes from company-owned stores concentrated in Hanoi. The remaining is split across agents, supermarkets, and e-commerce or institutional clients. Online sales are still underdeveloped. Hanoi sales team is manually managed and seasonal. Distribution is handled in-house using trucks and motorbikes. The brand positions itself as a premium traditional label. It thrives on festive demand. Commercial KPIs reflect a strong base. Customer acquisition cost is low, retention rates are high, and customer lifetime value is high. Gross margins are modest at 3 to 5%. From 2021 to 2023, Hanoi revenue grew from 108 billion VND to 131.3 billion VND, showing strong resilience in a seasonal market. Net profit after tax surged by over 36% in 2023 before dropping to 1 billion VND in 2024. Profitability remains healthy, with EBITDA margins improving from 20% to 25% and gross margins holding between 25 to 30%. The company runs efficiently with low fixed costs, smart sourcing, and flexible labor. Operating cash flow has remained positive, funding all operations. With only 5 billion VND in charter capital and minimal debt, Hanoi financial model is conservative but stable. The key financial KPIs are strong. ROAS is estimated at 12 to 15%. Hanoi follows a semi-manual standard operating procedure. The process includes ingredient prep, mixing, stuffing, molding, 2-stage baking, cooling, and packaging. It's consistent, with production yields reaching 95%, showing strong procedural discipline. However, the SOP is paper-based, without digital monitoring or batch tracking systems. There's no formal RACI chart either, which sometimes blurs accountability. Hanoi maintains structured production policies aligned with ISO 22000. Ingredients are pre-contracted with approved local suppliers. Manual protocols preserve product authenticity but limit throughput. Seasonal workers receive safety training, and machine downtime is closely tracked. Waste is partially reused, though no digital sustainability tracking exists. Overall, the system is stable and Hanoi operational KPIs are as follows. Production yield is strong at 95%. Customer satisfaction averages 8.5 out of 10. Machines run at 72% efficiency, and seasonal worker retention is 67%. While the numbers show overall stability, most are manually tracked, and legally, Hanoi stands on solid ground. It's a publicly listed company with a clear ownership structure and no record of lawsuits, fines, or labor violations. They're ISO certified, comply with food safety laws, and conduct regular internal audits. Contracts are standardized, customer service is responsive, and shareholder rights are respected. This is one of the most legally disciplined and low-risk profiles in Vietnam's food industry. Despite strong financials, Hanoi faces several structural risks. Seasonality risk is significant. Nearly 80% of annual revenue depends on mid-autumn and Tet holidays. Any disruption could severely impact the bottom line. Second, the brand's regional concentration is a bottleneck. Sales are heavily skewed toward Hanoi and northern Vietnam, while efforts to expand southward have struggled due to taste preferences, logistical constraints, and limited national brand. Third, digital presence remains weak. With minimal e-commerce activity and underinvestment in social media, Hanabaco is missing out on younger demographics and broader online growth. Lastly, rising input costs for raw materials, electricity, and packaging, and delayed payments from large retailers like supermarkets pose liquidity management challenges. These risks don't eliminate its investment appeal, but they highlight the need for modernization and market diversification to ensure long-term sustainability. We use three valuation methods: asset-based, income-based, and market-based approaches. First up, the asset-based valuation. We get a net asset value of 46.9 billion VND. That's our financial floor. A market cap of 47.25 billion VND and an enterprise value just over 56 billion. Investors are saying that projected cash flows grow steadily, and discounted back, they add up to 66.7 billion VND. That's value compounding over time. We compare it to peers like Kindu and Haiha using PE and EV/EBITDA ratios. Those players look pricey. In contrast, Hanoi Confectionery comes off as reasonably valued, not cheap, but fair for stable cash flows and lower risk. Final word? Around 56.4 billion VND. That's what this company's worth. If we acquired Hanabaco, our top priority would be to protect what makes the brand special. Moreover, we'd modernize the backend with digital tools to improve logistics, inventory, and delivery. On the product side, we'd develop new seasonal gift lines for many generations. And finally, we'd expand into digital platforms and diaspora markets. In short, we protect the core, but grow the edges. Yes, you should buy this company, but only conditionally. The acquisition should proceed only if the seller agrees to implement a clear modernization plan, national expansion strategy, and a performance-based management transition. Acquiring Hanabaco means gaining a culturally iconic, financially stable brand with loyal customers and strong seasonal cash flow. While its operations remain traditional, it offers clear upside through digital modernization, product innovation, and future expansion opportunities.